My brother's jobless GF moved in, trashed our house and had an affair with our rich neighbor while my brother worked extra shifts to buy her a $3,000 engagement ring. I'm 18M and I live with my mother Nancy 45F, my brother Harvey 23M, and now his girlfriend Zelda 19F. Our living situation started getting really complicated about 6 months ago when Zelda moved in with us. Let me give some background first. My dad passed away when I was 12, and since then it's just been me, Mom, and Harvey. Mom works as a nurse doing 12-hour shifts, and Harvey works in construction. I was always the one taking care of the house since I was the only one with enough free time. It wasn't ideal, but I understood they were working hard to keep us afloat after Dad's death. Harvey met Zelda at a local coffee shop where she used to work. She quit that job 3 months into their relationship because she said her manager was mean to her. That was 8 months ago, and she hasn't worked since then. Harvey was totally fine with this and even encouraged it, saying she should focus on her online courses instead. Spoiler alert, she never actually enrolled in any courses. When Harvey first asked Mom if Zelda could move in, he said it would only be for a few months until she found a place of her own. Mom agreed because Zelda had told them some sob story about her family being toxic and needing to get away from them. Later we found out she just got kicked out of her parents' house for not following basic house rules and refusing to get a job. The problem started literally the first week she moved in. She brought 3 suitcases full of clothes but didn't bring any basics like towels, bed sheets, or toiletries. She just started using all of our stuff without asking. She even started using my personal body wash and shampoo, which I bought with my own money from my part-time job at the grocery store. The main issue is her complete refusal to help with any housework. She stays in Harvey's room all day watching Netflix and TikTok on full volume. The walls in our house are really thin, so I can hear everything. She orders takeout constantly and leaves the empty containers all over their room. She brings down massive piles of dirty dishes maybe once a week, and they're always crusted with dried food and sauces because she never rinses them. The laundry situation is even worse. She changes clothes multiple times a day and just throws everything on their floor. When the pile gets too big, she expects me to collect it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back up to their room. One time I didn't fold her laundry right away because I was studying for a test, and she went crying to Harvey about how I was being mean to her. I recently started working more hours at the grocery store to save up for college, and coming home to this mess every day is really getting to me. The house always smells like old food because she never cleans up after herself. She even leaves used tampons wrapped in toilet paper on the bathroom counter instead of putting them in the trash can that's literally right there. The noise is another huge issue. My bedroom shares a wall with theirs, and like I said, the walls are super thin. They're constantly having loud intercourse at all hours, even when they know I'm trying to sleep or study. When I complained about it, Harvey just laughed and said I should get some noise-canceling headphones. Mom told me to be more understanding because they're young and in love. Things got even worse last month when Zelda brought her unneutered male cat to live with us without asking anyone. That cat has sprayed all over their room and the smell is so bad it seeped into my room. I had to start sleeping on the couch because the smell was making me sick. When I complained, Zelda just laughed and said her cat was marking his territory. The cat also shredded our living room curtains and peed on the couch multiple times, but Zelda refuses to pay for any damages. I don't understand how someone can move into another family's house and be so disrespectful. She doesn't even try to be friendly with me or Mom. Whenever I try to talk to her about cleaning up after herself, she acts all weird and scared, then runs to Harvey saying I'm bullying her. She's technically older than me but acts like a spoiled child who needs constant supervision. The final straw came last week when I found out she's been eating all the groceries I buy for myself with my own money. I started keeping some snacks and frozen meals in my room because I work late shifts, but she somehow got into my room while I was at work and took them. When I confronted her, she claimed Harvey said it was okay because we're family now. She even ate my birthday cake that Mom had bought for me before I could have a piece. I tried talking to Harvey about all this, but he just got defensive and said I was being mean to Zelda because I was jealous of their relationship. That's ridiculous. I just want basic respect and cleanliness in our house. My mom thinks I should be more understanding because Zelda comes from a difficult background, but I don't see how that excuses her behavior. I'm seriously considering telling them both that either Zelda needs to start helping out and respecting boundaries, or she needs to find somewhere else to live. I know it's not really my place since it's my mom's house, but I can't keep living like this. The mess, the noise, the cat pee smell, and the total lack of respect is driving me crazy. Ida for wanting to confront them about this? Update 1. Things have gotten way more complicated than I ever imagined. I discovered something really disturbing about Zelda, and now I'm stuck with information that could tear my family apart. It started about a week ago when I began noticing a pattern in Zelda's behavior. She would leave our house really early in the morning, right after Harvey left for his construction job at 6:30 a.m. At first, I thought maybe she had finally gotten a job and was trying to keep it a secret until she was sure she could handle it. But something about her sneaking around seemed off. Our next-door neighbor Jake 25M moved in about 2 months ago. He works from home as a software developer for some big tech company. He's the typical tech bro type, drives an expensive car, always wearing those Silicon Valley hoodies, and talks about crypto at every chance he gets. Harvey really looks up to him and they started hanging out sometimes, playing video games and stuff. Last Wednesday, I was taking out the trash early morning because I had a morning shift at work. That's when I saw Zelda sneaking into Jake's house through his back door. She was wearing this short dress that I had never seen before, definitely not something she usually wears around our house. I found it weird that she was visiting a neighbor so early, but I tried not to jump to conclusions. The next day was my day off, so I decided to pay attention to what was happening. Sure enough, Zelda waited until Harvey's truck pulled out of the driveway, then spent about 20 minutes doing her makeup and hair. She put on another fancy outfit and went straight to Jake's house. From my bedroom window, I could see them through his living room window sitting really close on his couch, drinking something that looked like wine. At 7 in the morning. I started keeping track of her movements. Every single day that Harvey was at work, she would go to Jake's house. She would spend almost the entire day there, only coming back around 4 p.m. to take a shower and act like she had been home all day. She even started cooking dinner some days to make Harvey think she was trying to be more helpful. Yesterday changed everything. I was walking past Jake's house on my way to work when I heard music and laughing coming from his backyard. His house has this tall privacy fence, but there's a loose board that I discovered while playing with our neighbor's dog a few weeks ago. I know I shouldn't have looked, but I heard Zelda's distinct laugh and something in me just had to know. I peeked through the gap and saw Zelda and Jake in his pool, making out heavily. They weren't wearing much, and it was clear they had done this many times before based on how comfortable they were with each other. I quickly pulled out my phone and recorded a short video. I felt gross doing it, but I knew Harvey would never believe me without solid proof. The worst part is seeing how they act when Harvey's around. Last night, Jake came over for dinner like he often does now. He sat there eating the food Harvey paid for, acting like his best friend, while Zelda played the role of perfect girlfriend. They even talked about a couple's camping trip they're planning for next month. I found out Harvey has been picking up extra shifts at work to save money for an engagement ring. I saw the ring catalog in his room when I was collecting laundry, and there was a ring circled that costs over $3,000. He's been skipping lunch and working weekends to afford it, while Zelda is spending her days with Jake in his pool. My mom invited a bunch of relatives over for a family barbecue this weekend, and Harvey insisted on inviting Jake too since he's become such a good friend. Jake had the nerve to ask if he could bring his famous potato salad. I almost threw up thinking about him acting like part of our family while he's destroying it behind our backs. I've been losing sleep over this. Every time I hear Zelda laugh or see her kiss Harvey, I feel sick to my stomach. I tried dropping hints to Harvey about Zelda not being trustworthy, but he just got angry and said I was trying to ruin his happiness because I'm jealous of their relationship. Mom overheard and gave me this long lecture about being more supportive of my brother. I'm thinking about making a fake email account and sending the pool video to Harvey anonymously. But knowing how defensive he is about Zelda, he might still find a way to blame me for it. Plus, it could backfire if Jake's face isn't clearly visible in the video. The barbecue is tomorrow and I don't know how I'm going to get through it. Watching Jake and Zelda pretend to be barely acquainted while Harvey plays the proud boyfriend is going to be torture. I'm starting to wish I had never seen anything and could just go back to only hating Zelda for being messy and disrespectful. Update 2. The truth finally came out, but everything exploded in the worst possible way. I didn't even need to show Harvey the video because Zelda and Jake got caught in the most obvious way during our family barbecue. The barbecue started normally enough. All our cousins came over, and Jake showed up with his potato salad like he owned the place. Throughout the afternoon, I noticed Zelda kept making excuses to go inside the house while everyone was in the backyard. Like clockwork, Jake would follow her a few minutes later. They probably thought nobody would notice because of all the people around. Harvey was busy at the grill, showing off his cooking skills to our cousins. He had been extra happy that day because he had just picked up the engagement ring. He even showed it to me before the party started, saying he was planning to propose next week on their anniversary. I felt sick looking at it but still couldn't bring myself to tell him the truth. Around 6 p.m., Harvey went inside to use the bathroom. He walked in on Zelda and Jake making out against the kitchen counter. According to our cousin Lisa, who was getting a drink at the time, Zelda didn't even notice Harvey at first because she was so caught up with Jake. Harvey completely lost it. He started throwing everything he could get his hands on, plates, cups, even Jake's precious potato salad. He was screaming about how long this had been going on. Zelda just stood there crying and trying to blame everything on Jake, saying he had seduced her and wouldn't leave her alone. Jake tried to run out but Harvey caught him. Our cousins Mark and Derek had to physically restrain Harvey to stop him from attacking Jake. During all the chaos, the full truth came out. They had been sleeping together for over 2 months, basically since Jake moved in next door. Zelda broke down and admitted that Jake had been buying her expensive clothes and jewelry. He had promised to take her to Hawaii next month and set her up in a fancy apartment. She said she only stayed with Harvey because she had nowhere else to live, and Jake wasn't ready to have her move in with him yet. My mom finally saw Zelda for who she really was. She told her to pack her things and get out immediately. But Zelda refused to leave. She started screaming about tenant rights and threatened to call the police if anyone touched her stuff. She pulled up some legal website on her phone showing that we needed to give her proper notice before evicting her. Harvey couldn't handle it. He packed a bag and left that night to stay with our uncle. He said he couldn't sleep in the same house knowing Zelda was there. Before he left, he took the ring back to the jewelry store and used the refund to buy a plane ticket to visit our other uncle in Florida. Now we're stuck with Zelda still living here. She's even worse than before, if that's possible. She keeps all the lights on all night, plays loud music, and invites random people over. She tried to bring Jake over one night, but my mom threatened to get a restraining order if he ever showed his face here again. Harvey's friends from work found out what happened and some of them are blaming me. They said I should have been a better brother and told Harvey as soon as I suspected something. My mom agrees with them. She said she raised us to be honest with each other and she's disappointed in me for keeping secrets. The worst part is that Zelda has been spreading lies about Harvey on social media. She posted this long rant about how he was controlling and jealous, and that's why she had to find comfort with Jake. It's completely false. Harvey spoiled her rotten, worked overtime to buy her things, and never even complained when she refused to get a job or help around the house. We're meeting with a lawyer next week to start the formal eviction process. Apparently, it could take up to 30 days to legally get her out. Until then, we're all stuck living in this horrible situation that feels like it's never going to end. Update 3. We finally managed to get rid of Zelda, but our family is completely broken. The 30-day eviction process was pure hell. She made those days as miserable as possible for us. She would invite Jake and her other friends over despite my mom's warnings, play loud music all night, and deliberately leave rotting food around the house. Harvey still hasn't spoken to me since the barbecue incident. He completely cut contact, blocked my number, all social media, and told our relatives not to give me his new address in Florida. He sent me one final message before blocking me, saying I was a terrible brother for watching his relationship get destroyed and doing nothing about it. My mom barely talks to me now. The lawyer fees for the eviction process cost her nearly $3,000, which wiped out her savings. She blames me for not preventing all this drama by speaking up sooner. Every time she looks at me, I can see the disappointment in her eyes. When Zelda finally moved out, we discovered the full extent of damage she had done to Harvey's room. She broke his gaming consoles, cut up all the clothes he left behind, and spray painted insults all over his walls. Her cat had completely ruined the carpeting with urine stains that went through to the floorboards. The insurance company denied our claim because they said it was intentional damage by a tenant, which wasn't covered under our policy. Jake let Zelda move in with him after she left our house, but that didn't last long. My cousin told me that Jake kicked her out after catching her with his roommate. Now she keeps making new social media accounts to message Harvey, saying she made a huge mistake and wants him back. She even showed up at his workplace once, but his boss called security. Harvey sold the engagement ring and used the money to start fresh in Florida. He told our uncle that he needs time away from the family, especially me. He's working at a construction company there and apparently doing well, but he refuses to come home for any family events. My mom cries about it sometimes but still says everything could have been avoided if I had just spoken up sooner. I'm picking up extra shifts at the grocery store to save money for my own place. The atmosphere at home is unbearable now. Mom spends most of her time in her room when she's not working. Harvey's room is still destroyed, the walls need repainting, the carpet needs replacing, and we can't afford to fix any of it right now. That cat pee smell lingers no matter what cleaning products we use. A few days ago, I overheard Mom talking to her sister about selling the house. She said there are too many bad memories here now, and she can't afford the repairs anyway. She mentioned moving closer to Harvey in Florida, which means I'll probably have to find my own place sooner than planned. I still don't think I was wrong for waiting until there was concrete proof before saying anything. If I had told Harvey my suspicions earlier, Zelda would have just denied everything and made me look like the jealous little brother trying to ruin their relationship. But now I've lost my brother, my mom barely speaks to me, and our family home is probably going to be sold. I guess that's the end of this story. Sometimes I walk past Jake's house and see him with some new girl, acting like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, our family is completely shattered, and everyone seems to think it's my fault rather than blaming the people who actually caused all this mess.